Fellas, literally, do you want to smell like a millionaire when you go into the office every day? If so, I have 10 fragrances that will assist you in doing just that. Smelling like a millionaire. Real talk. Let's get into it. What's good, fellas? My name is Darian, man. I'm the BowTie fragrance guy here on YouTube, and on this channel, we focus on guys being the best version of themselves every day. And that's through smelling great and looking good. So I talk about fragrances, I talk about style, and I talk about grooming as well. So if you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting that bell icon as well. So anytime a new video is uploaded on the channel, you guys get notified. On today's video, guys, I want to be talking about fragrances I have in my collection that literally will have you smelling like a millionaire. Now, there are certain fragrances that I've talked about before on the channel that are just great for the office. A & Bob, the original, Sartorial from Penhaligon's. But I'm talking about fragrances that are not only office appropriate, but they have that little je ne sais quoi, if you will, that makes them a little bit more unique and stand out a bit more. These fragrances I perceived are, a lot of them aren't really even like mass appealing fragrances, but they smell great. They are office appropriate, and they have that little unique factor to them that will make a lot of people say when they smell it, this guy has to have money to smell like this. So those are the fragrances that I'm going to talk about today. So if you want to see what's on the list, and you guys, trust me, you're going to want to see what is on this list. Then you know the routine, man. Keep it locked right here. This list is phenomenal, man. It is. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's go ahead and jump right into this video. Again, guys, listen, I want to make sure you understand this. These fragrances are great for the office, but they are very unique, and they smell super expensive and exclusive. I think that's the word that I want to make sure I use here. These fragrances smell exclusive. I remember some years ago, my wife and I went to Atlanta, and we met a few of the ladies from the Housewives, and Portia Williams was wearing a fragrance that, in my mind, I'm like, that has to be like a fragrance that costs about $5 grand. That's just how good it smelled and how unique it was. And those are kind of the fragrances that I'm kind of talking about. They have that kind of effect on people because they're so different, but they still smell great and masculine and office appropriate at the same time. So this is, I'm excited about this list. So the first fragrance that I want to talk about is a fragrance that at times I've had a love-hate relationship with. And this fragrance comes from the brand of Clive Christian, and this is X Masculine. Woo, buddy. Listen, this is rhubarb, pineapple, iris, paprika, cinnamon, vanilla. Listen, guys, this is a masculine fragrance, just like the name indicates, but it is so great for an office setting, especially. I'm talking about a lot of these fragrances. These are more power, like CEO type vibes. These are the type of fragrances that we're going to talk about today. But it literally is a fragrance that has this aura about it where it just doesn't smell like anything else or a lot of things that are out there on the market. And I think that's one of the main qualities that these fragrances have that I'm talking about today. They literally smell so different and so unique and have that little special aspect to them that help them to kind of stand out above the rest. So not really a mass appealer, but it does smell great. I have gotten some compliments on this actually, but it's a very masculine fragrance. Like I said, very office appropriate, but it does have that powerful CEO kind of appeal to it. And that's, again, what the list is about today. You'll definitely smell rich. These definitely smell expensive. Get your nose on the guys if you haven't yet. This is very masculine, but it's very good. From the brand of Clive Christian, this is X. This is the masculine version. Now, there is a feminine version of this as well, but this is the masculine version. All right, guys, the next fragrance is honestly the fragrance I think that kind of gave me an idea for this list. because it is everything that I've talked about so far in this video. It smells very distinctive. It smells very exclusive. It smells very rich, very posh, and something that you haven't smelled before. And it smells great and masculine. This is from the brand of BowTie Victorious, their latest from the Zodiac collection, Opal. Man, you talk about a posh fragrance. Bay leaf, saffron coffee, lavender, oak moss, nutmeg, cinnamon. Oh, man, this is good. There is this kind of metallic vibe that this fragrance is definitely going to give you. But like I said, I think besides expensive, the main theme of these fragrances is that they all smell very unique. So expensive, masculine, and unique are three words that describe all of the fragrances that I want to talk about today. And again, typically when you smell somebody, if they do have a lot of money, a lot of times if they're into fragrances, not all the time, but a lot of times they wear things that the average person is just not going to wear. And that is, kind of the aura that these fragrances that I'm going to talk about today give off. It definitely smells super rich, like somebody that is just like an arrogant, almost arrogant person, that is, has this stuff together. Like I said, millionaire CEO type vibes. Guys, this stuff right here is phenomenal. Wow. You got to get your nose on it. I haven't really smelled anything else like this on the market. And honestly, it is definitely giving those millionaire vibes from the brand BowTie Victorious. This is called Opal. All right, guys, this next fragrance, it kind of is in the name, but I think the name of the fragrance actually summarizes how it smells. This is from the brand of Royal Crown, and this one is called Upper Class. Upper Class. Oh man, this stuff here is good. Leather, raspberry, iris, vanilla, and oak moss. Wow. So yeah, this kind of gives you like those Tuscan leather kind of vibes. Again, very masculine. But that oak moss in here is what kind of separates this DNA from like a Tuscan leather DNA. A little bit powdery, sweet. The raspberry gives a little bit of a sweet, almost bitter smell to the fragrance. Wow, the oak moss, like I said, that's what really makes it, that gives it that masculine, classy, kind of aura about it. And this thing just smells very rich, very posh. It definitely gonna smell like a millionaire or CEO walking into the office wearing this stuff. So check it out from the brand of Royal Crown. Stuff is amazing. This is called Upper Class. All right, guys, I could not do a fragrance list like this and not have this fragrance on the list. And this fragrance comes from the brand of Givenchy Profondo, and this is the Agave. Peach, jasmine, oak moss, black currant, benzoin, and patchouli are some of the main notes in this masterpiece of a fruity chypre. And yes, there are chypres is a very classically masculine fragrance DNA, but this is kind of head and shoulders above a lot of other chypres that I've smelled before. Again, this definitely gives those powerhouse CEO vibe. A guy that's in charge, has his stuff together, all that stuff, man. It is a very posh fragrance, very niche. And again, it definitely has that, kind of that powerhouse, like I said, sophistication and debonair quality about it. Man, listen, it's one you just got to get your nose on at some point. Guys, I will tell you, I could have easily put Alt Luxe on this list, but that's a whole nother conversation because maybe only rich people wear that fragrance. But this one is definitely more cost effective than that. And it kind of gives you a similar overall feeling. I'll say it that way. So check it out from the brand of Givenchy Parfums. Man, this stuff is a masterpiece. The Agave. All right, guys, this next fragrance definitely, encompasses everything I talked about. This fragrance smells so good, so masculine, so expensive, but yet mysterious and unique. Definitely CEO vibes all day from the brand of Orman Man. This is called Orman Man. Orman Man. This is juniper berries, black hemlock, cedarwood, sandalwood, and musk. Wow, this is amazing. Guys, this fragrance is kind of hard to describe. It's very woody, green, and earthy. with a slight bit of like the citrus sweetness kind of in it as well. This is, gotta get your nose on it, man. It smells so sophisticated and unique. And like I said, these fragrances that smell good but then have this unique factor to them and don't smell like everything else is one of the things that, like I said, a lot of people that sometimes that do have money, wealthy, sometimes they are able to purchase those things that are a little bit different. And I think that's one of the things that, one of the things as well that kind of, I would say, a part of all these fragrances that I'm talking about today. And this definitely fits that description as well. Such a sophisticated fragrance. So check this one out as well. It's from the brand of Orman Man. Get your nose on it. All right, guys, the next fragrance comes from the house of Creed. This is called Ba Portugal. Ba Portugal. Lavender, cedarwood, sandalwood, and vetiver, some of the main notes. Wow. Guys, this smells amazing. Again, the story, and I will use that word, very loosely, or story on this, is that this was Frank Sinatra's signature scent. The thing about that is I can definitely believe it. I can see a debonair crooner like Frank Sinatra wearing something like this. That's kind of the imagery that I can, comes to my mind when I think about this fragrance, like a person like that wearing a fragrance like this. But again, definitely has those rich guy vibes all day long. I can see a rich guy wearing something like this to work. Again, smell like a millionaire. That's kind of the theme of the video. I can also see him out on a yacht wearing something like this. That's just how good it smells. Wow, with a pair of loafers on, some nice linen shorts, a nice polo shirt with a scarf around his neck. I'm not a scarf, but a sweater tied around his shoulders. I can see that. And somebody rocking something like this. That's the kind of fragrance that it is. Rich vibes all day long, man. So check this one out from the house of Creed. In these old school Creed bottles, the foreign bottles, this had like this velvet texture on the bottle. Stuff is phenomenal, man. Rich guy vibes, CEO vibes, wealthy guy vibes, millionaire vibes all day long from the house of Creed, Ba Portugal. All right, guys, the next fragrance that I want to talk about today comes from the brand of Frederic Malle, and this is done by Maurice Roussel. This is called Uncut Gem. Uncut Gem. This is angelica, ginger, nutmeg, cedarwood, and amber, some of the main notes. Wow. Guys, you talk about a very masculine but very unique scent profile. Had to include this fragrance on the list. This fragrance has received mixed reviews, but again, I don't really care, man. At the end of the day, for me, it's about what do I think about the fragrance. And I really, really enjoy this fragrance. I love it a lot more than when I first even smelled it. And it's getting better and better. And again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but again, definitely encompasses, all the things that I've talked about today with the fragrances on this list. It definitely is something that is very classic. It had this classic masculinity to it. But it definitely has this unique factor that I really, really enjoy. Some people have kind of compared this to like Sauvage and stuff like that. Sometimes I really don't understand what people are smelling, but I can't necessarily judge them because it's, everybody's nose is different. A lot of times things come across on people's skin a little bit different, but I don't really get any of that kind of stuff. It's spicy. It's a little bit earthy. Again, the angelica nutmeg combination here. It's a little bit sweet. It has definitely all these masculine, almost, fougere kind of qualities about it almost. Just, it's amazing to me. And it definitely smells expensive. I definitely get CEO vibe from this. But anyway, check it out, guys, from the brand of Frederic Malle. This is Uncut Gem. All right, guys, just straight up CEO expensive fragrance right here. Listen, from the brand of Bond No. 9, from the Dubai collection, this is Dubai Platinum. Dubai Platinum. Man, guys, this is this is incense, cedarwood, papyrus, and vanilla. This just smells like a little bit of a woody, smoky vanilla fragrance. The vanilla is perfect here because it helps to all balance that really earthy woodiness that you get from this fragrance, and it gives a little bit of sweetness. Again, this one right here is very Very, very posh. You know, very posh. Definitely, this smells like something that a guy with money would wear. Only a guy with money would wear. It has a sophisticated masculinity to it that, again, is just perfect for office settings, and gives you just enough of a unique factor where it's definitely not super familiar when you smell it. You know, and I think that's really because of the vanilla in here. Wow, smoky, incense, woody, vanilla. Check it out. CEO vibes all day, millionaire vibes all day. From the brand of Ba. This is Dubai Platinum. All right, guys, this next fragrance on the list comes from the brand of Fragrance Du Bois. I talked about this recently here from their Privé collection. Man, guys, Parisian. CEO, millionaire all day. Almond, cardamom, oak moss, amber, and rose. Oh, man. The opening to me is so much about that almond rose thing. Almond and rose play a major role in this fragrance for the first half of it. And then when it starts to dry down again, you get that amber accord in here, which just plays so beautifully off of that, especially off of the note of rose in this fragrance. Again, as much as I love Sarah from this same line, this one, like I said, is now a close second. You just got to get your nose on it. It definitely smells expensive and posh and CEO-like. So check this one out, guys, from the brand of Fragrance Du Bois. This stuff is good. It's called Parisian. Guys, I almost want to cue up some sad music right now because unfortunately this fragrance is discontinued, and I'm wise. Bring this fragrance back. Please do us a favor and bring it back. I'm wise is doing the Extrait collection. I would love to see Journeyman in that collection. If nothing else, I know the scent will be phenomenal, but the bottle on that, I know would be crazy. That would be my favorite bottle in my collection. Side note. But this fragrance needs to come back in that collection. An amazing fougere from Wise. If you did not get a chance to get this on your nose on this and you love fougeres, man, you missed out on a good one. But this is Bracken Man. Cloves lavender. It has this nutmeg cinnamon combination in here with patchouli, and I would say cypress is probably the main notes. It's just fougere, but then the cypress give this really earthy, deep earthy, woody presence. It adds to the scent profile, and you get that from start to finish. Your initial spray until the full dry down, you get that cypress note in here. Again, very earthy, very woody and masculine. And then that's, that with the cloves around this traditional kind of fougere DNA. That's exactly what this fragrance is, man. It is just, again, it's a shame to me that this was discontinued. Every gentleman, especially if you love fougeres, you need to smell this. You will do yourself a great service to smell this, a great favor to smell Bracken Man from Wise. I can't tell you how good it is. I'm trying to express it. I don't know if it's coming across, but it is good. It definitely smells like a guy that goes into an office that has money, that is rich and wealthy, would smell like this. I can definitely see that. Wow. Bracken Man from Wise. Would say check it out. I know it's really hard to find, but if you can find it, Bracken Man Wise. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today. What do you guys think about the video? What do you think about the fragrances in the video? I would love to hear from you down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and your attention to these videos. You don't have to watch what you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information or may even find it entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darian. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.